Hi everybody, we're here again today at the Virginia Shoe Clinic in Tappahannock, Virginia, and we're going to talk to Rob Akers today about the Aetrex I-Step Machine. Rob, thank you so much for coming down again. So tell me what this machine does. This kind of looks like that commercial we see about another doctor's scan. How is this different?
A little bit different. This has 3,700 pressure sensors on the plate unit itself.
On that little thing right there?
On this little plate right here.
Wow.
It's got 3,700 little pressure sensors. So not only is it going to analyze all the pressure points on the foot, it's going to tell us different arch types. It's going to tell us the size of the foot. It's got a laser scanner that goes around and measures it. It will also tell us center line of balance. And we can kind of determine if there are leg discrepancies or arch discrepancies, and a lot of other useful information that's kind of built into the system itself.
And we have your beautiful daughter here, Sarah, who's going to help us demonstrate how this machine works, right?
Sure. So what generally happens, we have our customers come in, and before we start sizing, we get them on the I-Step machine.
Thank you so much for helping us out today, Sarah.
You're welcome.
So now, you mentioned a couple of different things. You said pressure. Why is knowing pressure important?
Well, it's important to understand the foot type, and also if there's different pressure in different areas. If there's more forefoot pressure than rear foot pressure, when we fit a shoe to somebody, we want to make sure we accommodate that. So for a lot of forefoot pressure, we would recommend a metatarsal bar or metatarsal pad to take some of that pressure off the front of the foot.
Now that didn't take long at all.
No, it doesn't take long. So it's analyzed Sarah's pressure points. It shows that she has high arches. And with somebody with a high arch, they're more prone to have more pressure around the metatarsal heads of the foot.
And we
see
know
more
that
of that pressure.
because of why? How do we know that she's got a lot of pressure?
Because her pressure is not being evenly distributed across her foot as much, so she's got primarily on the heel itself, the calcaneus, and then around the metatarsal heads through here. On Sarah's foot specifically, you can see on her left foot, she's got more pressure around the first, second metatarsal head. And on the right foot, right there's a really high pressure area right on the right foot, and then that concentrated pressure in the heels here.
So if she were a diabetic, on this right foot, she might actually develop an ulcer in that red spot.
That's true. She could get ulcers or blisters, and those are things that we want to look out for. And by accommodating with orthotics or other fitting devices, we can minimize those pressure points to make it more even across the foot.
And if I'm really concerned about this, if I'm a diabetic or I have another problem going on, could I get a printout of this?
You can have a printout of this. It can be emailed to you, so you can access it through any smartphone device or your laptop computer. You can pull it up with your podiatrist so you can review some of this information. And it will even tell you, certain specifics about your foot itself.
Want to learn more about your feet?
So you can see some of the distal points, some of the pressure areas of the foot, and other statistics that may be useful for your podiatrist to see.
Very nice. So what are some of those statistics that are there?
So you got like your arch depth, your width, lengths of the foot, your total surface area, kilograms of pressure.
Now it looks like the width and the length of her feet are two different ones. Now is that common? Does that happen frequently?
It's very common. In fact, most people have a difference in their foot. Usually about a quarter size, although it's not really measured that way, but generally everybody has a little bit different from one foot to the other.
And so we could be walking around and not knowing this, and things like this are what would cause or lead to back pain and possibly knee pain as well.
Yeah, especially if they have an arch that's falling. If one arch was falling more than the other, you'd also see that discrepancy in the length of the foot as well, because as the arch falls, the foot spreads out. And that can cause a lot of that lower back pain, knee pain, and ankle pain.
And that can happen not just with regular old-fashioned aging, but also with pregnancy, as hormones cause ligaments to relax and stretch out in pregnancy so the baby can be born. It can also do that throughout your body, and you can have a lengthening of your foot and because of the lowering of your arch, right?
Absolutely. In fact, we're even seeing more and more with adolescents that were coming in because shoes no longer have the support that they used to, and they're very flexible. They're having a lot of these foot issues earlier on, which as they're still growing causes even more problems.
So coming in as a teenager while our foot is still developing, or even younger, it would be wonderful to get one of these I-Step scans because we can provide the support that we need in our arches.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing this, Sarah. Thank you so much for letting us see your feet. And thank you all for joining us on the Foot Dr. Howie blog.